Hello everyone and welcome to game 4 in this series, Socke versus Cloud or Socke versus Cloud, depending on what how you guys like it to be pronounced. I think the real pronunciation or the real way to pronounce the name is Socke. It does stand for sock in German, so if I just say sock, that's me saying it in English. If I try to say Socke or Socke, that is me butchering the German pronunciation of his name. Now, Cloud versus Socke here on Antigua Shipyard. We'll see what's going to go down here in Game 4. So far, Cloud in Game 3 with a brilliant execution of a little bit of a mind game counter meta game strategy. And that really worked out well. Socke, we'll see how he's going to respond to this. And we'll see when he does actually start to scout with that one particular probe. Chrono boosting out probes right now. We should see a gateway and then perhaps a scout after the gateway, or perhaps even a little bit of a delayed scout. A little bit of a delayed scout would allow Socke to get even more minerals, but I do believe, yes, Socke does want to make sure that he does not get walled out. If he does get walled out, he wants to be for sure certain that he does know that his opponent had to cut his refinery in order to do so. Refinery now being established by Cloud. So Cloud once again opening up with a refinery at 13. And we'll see what strategy he uses this time around. Probe will be able to come up that ramp in just a moment and take a look around, pretty much knowing that the barracks has just been completed. Not quite sure what that probe is doing. If the probe is not careful, he's not going to be able to get up the ramp. No, he will be able to do so just in time. Orbital command should be upgraded in just a second. There are 3 SCVs on gas. There's the orbital command upgrade. We could perhaps get a supply depot here in just a moment. SCV battling it up against a probe. The SCV doing a good job exchanging damage, and now being forced to run away again. So SCV once again battling up at that probe, now finally taking some actual critical damage, being forced to lift off. And Cloud looks like he was about to do the same strategy. It looked like he was going to go for that reactor and then decided against it. So we should be seeing a factory instead. We'll see. Yes, it is going to be a factory instead. It is being placed down over here, and based upon the positioning, I would say that a starport should be coming in. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful strategy. This is cross spawns here on Antigua Shipyard, so I don't believe Socke is actually going to be expecting cloaked banshees. What is this? No, it could be it is going to be, yeah, reactor Hellions into Banshee. That actually makes me scratch my head just a little bit. A lot of times, a lot of Terran players go reactor Hellions into Banshees, but most of the times their opponents know, okay, I see Hellions, I know that the follow-up will be Banshees, since Banshees require a lot of gas and Hellions don't require any gas. So that may be a little bit of a tip-off there, unless all Cloud is really doing is just trying to train up mass Marines. If that is his strategy, that should work out very, very well, as we could see a starport added on over here. No, now just going into Hellions, even though Cloud does have his second refinery, only with one SCV on gas. Is it finally getting up to 2? No, still only 1 SCV on gas there. We could see a tech lab added off over here. 1 Hellion is already out. This could be a cover fire drop. A cover fire drop was a strategy that was really, really popular, especially against Zerg early on. This probe gonna have a very bad day. Down it goes. Very nice, just map awareness there, mini map awareness to know that the probe was going to come up the ramp, bringing over those Marines to make sure that that probe, even if it was controlled by Socke, did not have enough time to respond to retreat. So far, we can see that there is that tech lab. No, there is that reactor. It looks as though, yes, we are going into Hellions. We do have that medevac. It looks like it will be a cover fire drop. The Hellions, a perfect counter to Zealots, and also very, very successful at taking down probes. Meanwhile, Marines effective against Stalkers, especially if they are healed. So the Marines now trying to give chase. Where is that medevac going? 1 medevac now being trained. More Hellions still being added. It is going to be 4 Hellions and 1 medevac. More Marines still being added. It looks like additional barracks as a follow-up. So this transition is going to be almost a one base all in once more. And it is going to be a very, very aggressive build here. Socke now just trying to absorb damage on those shields, instead taking a lot of damage on those stalkers, and this is not looking good. Free damage on the stalkers is never what you want to see happen, as Socke now tries to retreat with all of these stalkers here. The Marines are backing off, but it is going to be a Hellion drop inside the main base. So a beautiful, beautiful split. Stalker's now going to get taken down. Hellion's now running straight up inside the main base here, and all these probes are going to get toasted. Roasted and toasted here inside the main base. Workers are under attack. All those probes could get lined up. Workers are now trying to fight back here. Multiple probes have been taken down, and this was huge. A critical attack inside the main base as the Hellions now attempt to run over here into the natural expansion, and they could continue to fight and perhaps take down even more probes. Marines still, for some reason, just looking at the Hellions going, you guys are doing a great job. And the Hellions finally trying to retreat. The medevac looks like it will get shot down, and there it goes. 22 versus 38 supply. These Marines still in the middle of the field, and Cloud, who looked absolutely brilliant 20 seconds ago, now looks a little bit, giving me a little bit of a head scratch, as he could have dealt more damage, brought over those Marines, allowed the medevac to actually heal, and perhaps gotten 4 or 5 more probe kills with those Marines if he actually tried to engage. Siege tanks are being added. We do have medevacs, no cloak. Oh, this Banshee is going to be in a bad way. Nope, able to back off just in time. The siege tank does have a range of 7, so it does outrange those stalkers. And here we go. The siege tanks and the Marines going to engage. This is bad news. One stalker now down. The stalkers are going to try to go up against that Banshee, but the Banshee doing a lot of damage here. And now another stalker gets taken down. More and more stalkers trying to back away. 2 stalkers arrive to the party, as we now see that this Banshee most likely will get repaired. Yes, a repaired Banshee is a happy Banshee. This is 2 base play versus 1 base, as Cloud has not yet even started a command center inside his own base. Stalker's now going to be charging up this ramp. So as long as Socke can hold off this next attack, he is going to be in a very, very good position. Harvester count. The benefit of a Nexus with Chrono Boost is that even if you lose a whole bunch of workers, say 23, you can still get back into this. Alright, Marines and Marauders are now making a move across the field. There are no medevacs, just a lot of Banshees in the air, no Ravens. We can see what's going to be happening next. We are at 166 over 168. This one proxy pylon will get destroyed. There it goes. And now with Siege Tech being added, this cannot be good. Cloud, I'm not quite sure why he has not started on a medevac. He should start on a medevac as just a little bit of a follow-up. These Marines need to absorb damage. And if a medevac is in the air, that would absorb a lot more damage. SCVs and Banshees are in the air. SCVs may be on auto repair. Yes, they are. Here is a bit of an engagement. The stalkers are trying to engage. There are 5 stalkers now pushing in. There are siege tanks backing this up, though. So these Marines, what is going to be happening as the Marines and the stalkers are trying to engage? There is one very, very low hit point Marine in the front. Another SCV going to get focused down very quickly. Not too safe of a call there, as the Banshees now fly perhaps straight into the main base, and now there are Marines up inside the front door. Marines are engaging. Siege tanks now backing away, but the Banshees are going to town inside the main base. The Zealots and Probes now coming off the mineral line. Stalkers trying to engage. The Stalkers are engaging against the siege tanks, while the Probes are getting destroyed by every Banshee inside the base. The Marines still kiting away all of those units, and that's all Cloud really needed. Time to destroy workers, as we are now up to 44 workers killed, and still no additional base by Cloud. So this one base all in, perhaps a new style of Terran after everyone's been trying to go for a very heavy economic game. Cloud doing this one base all in. I did not think one base all ins were still viable, but this does seem to be the case. The Banshees are backing off as they are taking a little bit more damage than they should, but the siege tanks are now all sieged up. And there is the GG by Socke. Cloud easily taking this best of 5 series with a 3-1 victory over his teammate. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.